Boy, what a beautiful day. Today, Al and I are gonna go bass fishing. You know, when I open up my rod locker here, I've been bass fishing tournaments lately, and I've got 18 different rods in here in different presentations. Everything you would imagine, from topwater, spinner baits, jigs, punch baits, finesse lures, swim baits, every imaginable lure. But if you were to ask me, what is your absolute favorite bait to throw? It's what almost every bass fisherman in North America's favorite lure is, and it's known as the frog, Kermit. And that's what we're doing today.
You know, out of all of the family of topwater baits, you got poppers, you got prop baits, you got walking baits, you got buzz baits, you got wake baits, and then you got the frog. The frog is the most versatile, given the fact that you could fish it in places that none of these other types of topwater baits can you fish it in. It's just the magic of a frog when you get into shallow water, tough cover. And not only that, not only is it super productive, it's fun. Let's go get it.
Absolutely. I'm ready. You want to pop the boat in?
You got her.
Closed captioning is provided by Smooth Moves, adjustable boat seat suspensions for a smoother ride.
Okay. You know, one of the biggest keys to catching fish is finding fish. It's actually the third week of June and the fish are just getting done spawning and they're starting to move out towards the main lake. Today we're going to be targeting really big, shallow, flat bays and where those fish are dumping out of right now. We're going to run back way up into the back ends of these things. Okay, now we're ready. As you can see, we're going through a little bottleneck here. And the thing is this is a big, expansive, shallow flats that goes back into like 2 more bays in back of here. But we'll slowly start sort of sneaking our way back into here and see how they're biting on Mr. Frog. The water temperature is quite warm, which is a good thing. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's a big boy. Come here, buddy. Wow. He really lunched it. Boy, did he smoke it, Al. Whoa, come here, buddy. Come here. Boy, getting that warm water conditions. Boy, look how he ate that frog. He ate it big time. Look at that thing. Just down the hatch. Boy, that thing just smoked it. Right now, the water temperature is the first time it got really warm. And boy, the fish are hot. I mean, they just smoke it when they hit that bait. Beautiful bass for a starter. We'll get her back in the water. Okay, come on, buddy. Ooh. You know, the cool thing about frogs is actually they work all across North America, from the far west, you know, the California Delta, the Canadian lakes, it works well. Out east, down into Florida. Any type of shallow, heavy water cover is where Mr. Frog really is a good bait to have tied on. There you go.
That's a little bit more of a real man.
Yeah, that's a real dog right there. How did he hit it?
It felt so good. Boy, are they eating that thing. Holy smokes. Come here, baby. Look at that. You think he wanted that? Think he wanted that?
This segment is brought to you by Big Bite Baits, designed to bring the big bite to your line.
Oh God, that's a nice fat one, ain't it? Look at that. Good fish. Boy, they're nice looking fish. Huh? Wow. You know, we're here at a time of the year. The water, believe it or not, is 81 degrees in these back bays. That's about as warm a water as these fish will experience when it gets in the low 80s up at our part of the world. And boy, are they tough when it's going like this. They are one tough sucker. They're jumping all over the place. Their metabolism is going.
Wow.
You know, the best time that we've seen in our lakes up here anywhere for a good frog bite usually starts in spring at about 60 degrees, and then it'll go all season long. Yeah, you know, we'll catch fish all season long until fall, until it gets to about 60, starts going back the other way, and then a lot of other baits come in. But from 60 on out, you know, we got a frog rod anytime we're bass fishing in the boat. It's always on, it's always rigged. And the time of the day, you know, anybody that frog fishes a lot knows, yeah, there's a good bite early in the day, there's a good bite late in the day. But you can get bit all day if you got a day like this. Hot, humid, light clouds, not a lot of wind. And these fish will bite all day. There's a little bit of a peak early and late, no question about it. But when that frog bite goes all day, it's a fun, fun thing.
There he is. Yeah. Oh, there he is. What? Wait. There you go. Come here, buddy. Wow. You know, right now, there's a lot of different frogs on the market today. And we're fishing Terminator's popping frog. Ooh, that's a good one.
That was a pike.
Oh, is that a pike?
Yeah.
We'll get her back in the water. Not a biggie, but boy, she really lunched it. As I was saying, you know, there's a lot of different frogs on the market today, and actually Al and I, the last couple of years, we've been fishing with this popping frog, and we've come to the conclusion after fishing just about every frog available, this is probably one of the finest frogs I've ever fished, really, to tell you the truth, and for a number of different reasons. You'll notice it has a cup lip on it, but the thing is it really makes a lot of noise. And a lot of times when you're fishing frogs, you're fishing over dense cover, and I think that little cup and putting that vibration and sound into the water enables the fish to find the bait better. And so ultimately what that means, better hooking.
In frog fishing, the most important thing is it hooks them when they hit it. And this baby does just that. Like Jim said, I've never seen a bait, a frog bait, that hooks fish like the Terminator popping frog. It is amazing. And you fish a lot of frogs, you know what I mean.
Like that one there. Come here, buddy. Look at how he munched that bait though. That's what I mean. I mean, for frogging, look at how he just pummel it. You know, look at that. Come here, buddy. Boy. Down the hatch.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
The cool thing about frog fishing, it's so visual. That's what makes it so fun, because you actually, you know, we're moving through shallow cover like this and you see a spot where the fish is, where should be, and you cast and you pop it a couple of times and he's there. It really makes it fun. It does. Like that, like that. Like that, just like that. No. Come here. Little wrangler. Oh, boy. Huh. These guys just got done spawning a little while ago, and they haven't really sort of slipped back out. The bluegills are still bedding in these back bays, so a lot of the bass stay in these back bays and feed on them for a period of time as they recover from the spawn.
Today we're fishing a lake that we normally do a lot of deep weed line fishing with jigs and punch baits throughout the summer months. Food is the bottom line that determines fish location throughout the year. Being a late spring with cooler than normal weather, many of the bluegills are still spawning in these shallow back bays, and it appears the bass stayed shallow to feed on their favorite forage. Interestingly, the deep weed lines are really well developed, but the fish haven't moved out there yet. In the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a big locational shift in this lake.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. That's a real boy there. There you go. Real leaper. Oh, come here, baby. I was gonna say, it looks so good. You got all this
Yeah.
interior weed cover. It's perfect.
I love this heavy duty rod for handling these. This is a Diazillion. I want to show you something that I like on this one. It's the reel handle. Look at the big round reel handles. When you got to crank big fish out of there, you can get them. You get them, you get them, you get them. You know, the water temperature we're fishing right now is about, it's 80 to 81 in most cases. That's the warmest up in this part of the world that a bass like this will, deal with. They're so tough now. I mean, it's amazing when you set the hook and they're out of the water, they're crazy, their metabolism is going.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
you
a
know,
big
they're
boy.
eating.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Man, that guy there, he really got my attention. That one there, normally you don't get those bites so close to the boat like that. That's a pretty sporty one there. Oh, man. There you go. That's a good one. Beautiful fish. Boy, did she pound it, man. As Al was saying, man, in this really warm water. Boy, these fish are just smoking hot. Come here. You know, one of the biggest things about frog fishing, it's like any type of topwater fishing, is understanding the cadence of what the fish are willing to bite. Sometimes you fish this bait really fast, like that, fish it really fast, whoa, and they come out and just plow it. At other times where you have to sit there and intermittently, stop the bait to get the fish to bite on it. Boy, he's a tough little runt here. Come here, buddy.
Here's some thoughts and tips to be more successful with frogs. Casting accuracy is a critical aspect of frog fishing. The Terminator popping and walking frog have a unique tail weight system that helps for both casting accuracy and to impart that side-to-side walking action.
Nice little bass, though.
When fishing emergent vegetation, the pointier-nose walking frog design tends to go through vertical cover like bulrushes or wild rice easier.
Big fish. Oh, big fish. Giant, giant, giant fish.
When fishing more open water conditions, I prefer the popping frog. To me, it simply makes more noise so the fish can find the bait easier.
Oh, you slurpy.
If you're seeing a lot of problems with short strikes, you can simply trim the legs with a pair of scissors. It makes a smaller package, and at times that can increase hooking percentage.
Oh, there's one. Oh.
You also may need to slow down and put a lot more pauses into your retrieve. A lot of short strikes is really associated to the fish's mood. If the fish are hot, they generally don't miss it.
There you go. Another big one. Nice one.
What about color, you say? Terminator frogs come in a wide variety of color patterns. Realistically, the bass in these shallow weed flats are feeding on a lot of different prey, from bluegills, shad, shiners, leopard frogs, and bullfrogs.
Ew. I changed colors a little bit from what I was throwing earlier, and I got to this black one, and in about 5 casts, I caught 2 fish. One thing about this bait, you got to take a look at the colors that they did on this Terminator popping frog. I mean, the colors are magnificent. They work for about any watercolor condition, forage base, any kind of mixture. I don't know how they came up with this many colors the way they did it, but I know one thing, the fish like it. And the more color options you got, the better it is.
Wow. Whoa.
That fish was way out.
Boy, was she fast. Holy mackerel, I couldn't even keep up with her. Wow. That thing was just smoking. That's what that high-speed reel is so key. The fish was going so fast after she picked up the bait and started running like a banshee. Nice little bass, though.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
Oh, that's a big one there, Al.
That's a big
real boy there. Whoa. Yeah, there's a big boy there. Oh, there we go. Come here. Talon down. That's a better one there. Boy, look how he lunched it. I'm not kidding you. Whoa. Come here. Oh, there you go. Now you're talking. Look at that one there. You know, one of the biggest things about frog fishing is your rod, reel, and line, because there's no way you go in under gun doing this type of fishing. You actually end up losing a lot of fish. The rod and reel is really, really critical. Let me get this guy back in the water, and I want to show you a couple of rods in the line and reel. It's really critical for frogging. Come here, buddy. We'll get her back in the water. That's a little bit better one. You know, one thing about bass fishing today, it's so equipment, or I should say presentation specific, and for frog fishing, equipment is really, really critical because there's no way you can land the fish if you're fishing too light. St. Croix makes a variety of different rods really designed for this. This is a Legend Tournament Slop and Frog Red. This is a 7-4 heavy power, fast action rod. And this is really designed to catch big bass. The cool thing about the 7-4, I use it a lot for accurate casting. Line is really, really important. This is a Suffix Performance braid, 30-pound test. I have it on a Tatula 8.1 gear ratio reel. This high-speed reel is really critical. Once you hook the fish, you try to fight them in the boat is really key. They make another rod here. This is the bullfrog rod. This is the 8.6 elephant stick, or the bullfrog rod. I have this spooled with a 65-pound braid, a Fuego, an 8.1 gear ratio reel. Daiwa makes a variety of different gear ratio reels, and for this type of fishing, you want a high-speed reel, no question about it. When you hook the fish, you got to reel up and keep it tight on it. But the thing is, with this rod here, this bullfrog rod is really designed for big bass. A lot of different places across North America, the Delta, Guntersville, Okeechobee, when you're hooking 4 to 8 pounders, this is the stick you need to jerk them and keep them coming towards the boat once you hook them.
James, we beat them up in this cut here pretty good. It's time to go to another cut. Start all over again. Also, it's time for a little lunch and liquid refreshment. Now, I mean,
I got some cheese in there, and I got some snacks, and I got some Gatorade.
And a little munchy while I idle us out of here, man.
Were we gonna go to that deep weed bay, or where are we going to?
I don't know.
We got that other bit.
Where do you want to go?
I want to get the bullfrog rod out.
Yeah, this stuff's got a lot more cover, like you could see. That one over there was sparse stuff all along the bottom, more cut banks, and they were using. This is more like some frog water that's only going to get so thick you can't even get in here a little bit later. But we can move through here pretty good and fish in this stuff now. This is heavy cover here. Oh.
Whoa. Come here, buddy. Oh, boy. It's a little fatso.
It's a workout.
Yeah, it is. Look at that guy there.
That's a toad, man.
Yeah, that's a fatty. Look at how fat he is. That fish, the interesting thing is we're catching these fish, so they're in such shallow water. Those fish are probably in probably a foot of water, I would imagine.
Look at the tail on that one.
Yeah, she got done spawning a while ago, but she's staying in here eating bluegills and getting well. Yeah, beautiful fish though. Sort of a snappy attitude to her. The last bay we were in only had, the cover wasn't so grown up. In here we got a lot more coontail mats that's actually growing right up to the surface.
We're getting a few fish out here, out in the middle of the bay. There's what they call Christmas weed, and it's mats of it like this, and it's just pockets of it. You could see clumps of it, and we're meandering out here. A lot of the fish have been coming tight to the bank, but we're getting some better fish out in this stuff.
Oh, wow, that's a big boy there, Al. Oh, whoa. There we go, wow. Ooh, that's a real one there. Come here. A real leaping Lena. Come here, buddy. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful fish. No question about it. When it comes to bass fishing, it's really hard to beat the frog. Real bread and butter technique that works all across North America, no question about it.
Hey, I got a question for you. How many facts would you have to see to believe that something could be true? Is it 5 facts? Is it 10? Is it 25? How about 100,000? Here's a book called the Encyclopedia of Bible Facts. It says on the back here, and I read a lot of this, it's fascinating to me. Facts on the Bible background covering everything from archaeology to work. Facts on the whole Bible reviewing books, battles, events, places, people, and teaching. Facts from the Old Testament providing analysis of authors, dates, languages, beliefs, and summaries of each book in key verses. Facts from the New Testament providing analysis of authors, words, beliefs, and everything you need to know about Jesus, Paul, and the early church. There's more facts that substantiate the Bible, that this is the inspired Word of God. This is not just an ordinary book written by man. And it is the inspired Word of God, and it's for us today. It's God telling you how much He loves you, cares about you, wants the best for you. That's why He sent Jesus, who is the foundation of the Bible. Confession of faith in Him as Lord and Savior, according to what the Word says, opens up the gates of heaven. Now, isn't that a simple thing to understand based on about 100,000 documented facts? That should make anybody that questioned it in the past say, there must be something here. Maybe I ought to take a little closer look with more of an open mind about the Bible. Something to think about this week. Hey, from all of us here at The Edge, you have a good, safe fishing season. We'll see you on the water.